These ancient grain ground covers mulch themselves, zero work needed. Most gardeners are stuck in a cycle of adding mulch, watching it break down, then adding more again. That's the mistake. If your system depends on constantly bringing in mulch from the outside, your soil isn't self-sustaining, it's dependent. And over time, that leads to inconsistent moisture, nutrient loss, and a soil structure that never fully stabilizes. What happens next is predictable. You mulch heavily, it suppresses weeds for a while, then breaks down unevenly. Bare patches appear. Moisture fluctuates. Soil temperature swings more than it should, and your plants are constantly adjusting instead of thriving. Now, before we get into the method that completely replaced most of my external mulching, let me show you a small habit that made this system work consistently. I started collecting kitchen scraps properly using a sealed countertop bin, the Enloy compost bin. Most people let scraps dry out or decompose poorly before they ever reach the soil, which reduces their biological value. This bin keeps everything fresh, odor-free, and ready to feed into living systems like the one I'm about to show you. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. It's a small detail, but it directly affects how active your soil becomes, because what I'm about to show you doesn't rely on adding mulch, it grows it. The problem with traditional mulching is that it's temporary. Most mulch systems are static. You apply straw, leaves, or wood chips, and for a while it works, but over time it breaks down, shifts, and disappears. That's not a flaw, it's how organic material behaves. The issue is that most gardeners don't replace it in a way that builds continuity, so the system resets over and over again. That's where ancient grain ground covers change everything. The moment I stopped importing mulch, my soil started stabilizing. Honestly, I was just tired of constantly sourcing mulch. So I decided to try something different. Instead of applying dead material, I planted living ground covers, specifically fast-growing grains that, create their own mulch as they grow and collapse. At first it felt a bit counterintuitive. I mean, why grow something just to let it die back? But within a single cycle, the results were obvious. These grains don't just grow, they actually build a system. The key difference is really in how these plants behave. Grains like millet, sorghum, and certain traditional wheat varieties grow quickly, produce dense biomass, and then, they naturally fall over or dry down in place. When that happens, they create a protective layer directly on the soil surface. No cutting, no hauling, no spreading, they mulch themselves. And because they grew right in that exact spot, their root systems are already integrated into the soil below. That's just something imported mulch can't really replicate. So, why does this work better than applying mulch manually? Well, when you lay mulch on top of soil, it's actually separate from the system. But when plants grow and collapse in place, they're truly part of the system. Roots decompose below, while stems and leaves break down above. That creates a vertical integration of organic matter. In my raised beds, this led to faster soil structure improvement, better moisture retention, and more consistent plant growth in the following cycle. The soil wasn't just covered, it was connected. There's a timing strategy that makes this work. You can't just plant grains randomly and expect results. Timing matters. I use these ground covers between major crop cycles or alongside slower growing plants that benefit from early protection. For example, after harvesting a heavy feeder like tomatoes, I'll broadcast grain seeds lightly across the bed. Within days they establish, within a few weeks they create a dense cover. Then as they mature and collapse, they form a natural mulch layer, right when the soil needs recovery. That timing is what makes the system efficient. This is where most gardeners get hesitant, and why they shouldn't. The idea of giving up space to a non-harvest crop feels like a loss, but it's not. It's an investment. The biomass these grains produce often exceeds what you would bring in manually. And the benefits: improved soil structure, moisture stability, and reduced weed pressure carry into the next planting cycle. Once you factor that in, the system produces more overall, not less. The soil response is what convinced me to keep using this. After one full cycle, the difference was clear. The soil under these self-mulching grains stayed cooler during hot days and retained moisture more evenly. When I planted into that bed again, root systems established faster and penetrated deeper. Even more interesting, weed pressure dropped significantly without any additional effort. That's when I realized this wasn't just a mulch replacement, it was a system upgrade. This method works in smaller spaces too, but you have to adjust it. In containers, you don't have room for dense grain growth, but you can still apply the concept. I use smaller, fast-growing varieties and manage them more closely. Even a thin layer of living cover can produce enough biomass to protect the soil surface and feed microbial life. The key is not the scale, it's the continuity. Even hydroponic growers can learn something from this. In hydroponic systems, you're not growing ground covers, but the principle still applies. You're trying to maintain stable conditions, protect root zones, and reduce environmental stress. These grains do that naturally in soil systems. Understanding that helps you design more stable setups across any growing method. There's one mistake that can reduce the effectiveness of this system: letting the grains grow too long without collapse. If they become too woody or dense, breakdown slows down. I prefer to let them reach peak biomass, then either lightly press them down or let natural conditions bring them over. That keeps the material soft enough to decompose efficiently. It's a small adjustment, but it makes a big difference. This is where the system becomes self-sustaining. Once you start cycling these ground covers regularly, you reduce the need for external mulch almost entirely. The system begins to produce what it needs. Organic matter is generated, broken down, and reintegrated continuously. That's what natural systems do. And once you replicate that, your garden starts behaving differently. Why most gardening advice never mentions this approach? It's not as simple as buying mulch and spreading it. It requires timing, observation, and a shift in how you think about soil management. But the payoff is long-term stability. Less input, less labor, more consistent results. That's what serious gardeners are actually after. Once you see this working, it's hard to go back. You stop thinking in terms of adding materials and start thinking in terms of growing systems. Your soil becomes more resilient. Your plants become more consistent, and your garden starts doing more of the work for you. That's the shift. If you're serious about building a garden that sustains itself, instead of constantly needing inputs, this is one of the simplest ways to start. Subscribe if you want more practical, experience-based techniques like this, focused on real results, not theory. And if you know someone constantly mulching but never seeing long-term improvement, share this with them. This one change can completely transform how their garden performs.